Dating friends or dating strangers? Welcome back to After Our Happy Hour. We are your chaotic but cathartic co-host. I'm Vicky.
I just took a shot. I'm Jamala.
I'm Sharon. Jamila's getting her drunk, guys. I can kind of see it.
No, she's not.
No, I've been taking half.
Well, why?
Because I thought we're all drinking together. I thought I was just getting a head start, but someone over here said, no, I'm actually not going to take anything. And then
I
someone,
took two.
I have COVID.
I took two.
it's her. It's always Sharon.
It's always Sharon that's being a little flop. Sorry, I broke your mask.
We'll cough on her today.
No,
Guys,
I can't.
I live here. Please.
Okay.
You know, as much as we would all live together one day,
It might be the most chaotic shit ever.
we live like siblings, guys.
That's how you know.
I need my own room.
Well, no fucking shit.
Someone take me home.
No one's sharing.
Okay, start. Today's episode is about whether you should be starting off dating. No.
Not whether. It's
Is it better?
Which do you prefer?
Oh, is it better? No?
just comparing the two. How about that?
Okay, we want to compare with fuck. We want to compare dating when you start off as strangers and then going into dating. What?
Fucking eating strawberries go like this.
And then dating as friends first and then evolving into dating. So which one?
Starting off as friends and then evolving into so in today's episode we are comparing two types of dating or getting into relationships. So the first being you start off as friends and then you go into dating, or second you meet as strangers and then you go into dating, and kind of like which do we prefer, which have we experienced with, all that good stuff, right Vicky?
Yeah. This is the most chaotic we'll ever be. Shit.
Okay, so the first question will be like,
What? Just let me exist. I'm not doing anything.
she literally was sitting there with
Doing anything. Why are you crying?
A B C D.
Okay, let's go. Let's start.
First of all, actually, I'll ask, have you guys dated someone as friends? Or like you've dated a friend that turned into something more?
Yes.
What counts as the opposite?
Like stranger?
Yeah, but what do you mean by stranger? Like absolutely, you went into it thinking you'd date.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Oh, I've never.
Even in high school? Oh, right, duh. 'Cause
Everything
friends.
was friends. Actually, maybe the guy that I lost my first kiss to was stranger first. But does it count if I knew of their existence? Like we were in same high school.
No,
We just never talked.
no, that's still as strangers, I feel like.
So then if I went into talking and getting to know this person with the intention of dating, that's a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, then maybe him. I feel like he would count.
What's his name?
You did not tell us this one.
This was before.
Yeah. So I dated, we'll go down the timeline and we'll beep out their names. So there's going to be 5 beeps. It's beep, beep. It's
I'm drunk. I'm not even kidding.
This is about to be the most chaotic episode we have.
Okay, sorry. So 4 out of your 5 guys were friends.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are we just going down? First one was strangers. Second one is strangers. Friends. Was half stranger, half friends. We knew of each other, but we like talked a little bit. Yeah, that's it.
You don't count.
Okay, I really don't count that we dated.
I
but,
do, so what was that?
Friends first. Oh, actually, do you count as friends first?
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it only counts as like strangers if you both met with mutual, like you like each other. We eye each other like that. You know what I mean? If it's one-sided on either parts, that's still friends.
We definitely started off as friends, but there's definitely like we just clicked really well, and he was always a little flirtier.
Wait. Okay, so it was stranger slash friend.
No, stranger, friend, stranger/friend, friend.
Okay.
There's gonna be a lot of beeps in this episode, guys. They're like beep beep beep.
You
beep, beep.
motherfucker! I'm just kidding.
Okay, you go. Go.
Mine was friend, stranger, stranger, friend. Or friend, stranger, 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 friend.
Okay, so next question is there one that you guys prefer out of the two? For me, you guys both know that I've always strongly believed in strangers first.
I did not know that.
We definitely talk about this, but I've always believed in strangers first because I think the thrill of getting to know someone and the thrill of getting into a relationship and you like grow and learn about each other, I think that's what I prefer. And I think that's because my first two and my only two long relationships started off as like that. So I just always was more on that side until my last fling. I wouldn't even label it anything, but the last guy that I was more serious about or I had more serious feelings about, he was the one who changed my mind in terms of starting off as friends and then leading into something more just because I could see how that could work out really well. He just knows things about you. You guys just click and you guys just have that mutual understanding and then it could work really well into a relationship, but we never got to that stage, so I can't fully say if I would like it more, but that's something that I'm more leaning towards right now, like wanting to get into a relationship based on or just from mutual friends and having that mutual starting off as friends.
Correct me if I'm wrong if this is about MBTI, like sensing versus judging?
Intuition.
No, intuition. I've realized that I'm a very sensing person. I used to think that I can put myself into other people's shoes and then have an unbiased opinion on it, but I don't think so. Like the more I'm realizing that I'm once put into the situation, my opinions change. I need to have experienced it first. Like I feel like Vicky can generally, whether you've been in the situation or not, you can go based off your gut how you think it's gonna play out. And it still like proves to be right. Versus for me, I thought I was like that, but then once I'm actually put into a situation, it changes my mind. I think Jam's just more on that spectrum.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say this is because it plays into this conversation. Because I used to be very, very like on both sides. So my first ex, we met through friends. And the reason why we lasted as long as we did and it worked out was because we knew everything about each other by the time we started dating, which made things very, very safe, comfortable, like no doubt about the person, which was why I was always for friendship to relationship first. But then once that ended, it wasn't just me and his relationship that was affected. It was me and a lot of my other friendships that were affected because we were all in the same friend group. In that case, I was very against friendship to relationship. And then my next most serious one that I consider was which I met him as a complete stranger, and I'm on Jam's side of the thrill of getting to know a complete stranger. It's fun. But the thing is, I was getting to know him based off how he was describing himself, which did not match up to how I saw him. So by the time I realized that, there were so many red flags and things that just didn't align, and I was too caught up in the idea of him than who he actually was as a person, and it didn't work out. But in that quote unquote breakup, it's clean because I have no ties with anybody. So I've seen both perspectives. I guess overall, I do think friendship to relationship or friendship to dating works out longer in the long run because you guys have a baseline of each other already. You kind of know the good and the bad. Versus, I guess, if you're trying to completely devote to yourself to a stranger, even if you're not in like a good headspace, I think it's not sustainable.
For me right now, it's also hard for me to devote myself to a stranger or wanting to be more on that scale is because I will have to open up, and I've gone through a lot of growth in the past 2 years where first of all, I've never been the type of person who opens up to like my most inner layers to just anyone. So for a stranger to come in my life right now, like I'm not really willing to open that. So that's why I'm also more leaning towards love. Like I want to try out this whole friends thing first because you got, like Sharon said, you have a baseline of who you guys are as people, and then you guys like go into something more.
Fuck, I had a very logical thought mindset that's probably going to be jumbled as fuck now, but I want to do strangers to friends or
Oh no, that counts. Strangers to friends to dating.
I want to be strangers to dating because I really prioritize privacy. So then if it is a stranger, there's no like cross contamination almost of like friend groups knowing and like gossiping or like, oh my God, like what's happening there or like, things like that. But knowing myself, I think it would only work best and will work out if it's friends to dating, because now I realize I really value safety, and not just like safety in the sense like, are they going to murder me? Are they like that included? But also, I don't think I'll ever drop my barriers as much as I would with a person that I already knew. So if I don't know you and we go into a date as a stranger, I think even they can feel the barriers that I have as a person, and it will take a long time for me to break it. Versus if I got to know you as a friend and thinking you as a friend, or even thinking of you as a potential, I would drop my walls a lot quicker and a lot easier. If I don't feel safe around you, the chances of me really opening up is like next to none.
You need a third degree connection.
Yeah. But even then, I'm very hesitant because there's still a connection. Like
But what if the connection is only me?
oh, yeah, if it's like only like Jen,
Yeah.
I would do that. Like I hated me and my ex's relationship because I never publicized it, but so many people were like, "Oh my God, they were dating." There was a one point on my Finsta where I was like, "Fuck anyone who's on this," and I did a whole cleanse. Cause like I remember one of my home friends, he told me, he was like, "Oh, someone's talking shit about you from your Finsta." I posted about my ex and he was like, "Yeah, they're talking shit because they know you guys are dating." And I was not okay with that. And so then I like did a whole cleanse because I was like, who in my group of friends are spreading shit about me even though it's not their business? Like you're here in my Finsta because I thought I trusted you.
That's interesting. I don't know if you can put yourself in this position. Try
Okay.
really hard to.
Okay.
But like, you know how in the org that we're in, everyone knows each other. It's
Mhm.
very intertwined.
Yeah.
I know you always joke, oh, this is why I never date in the org, right? But if there was somebody, you think you would still be as carefree as like you think you would be going into a situation where everyone knows each other and things may not work out?
I think I can.
Whoa, really?
I literally don't give a shit about what the org thinks.
But it's not even about that.
No, but that matters though, because if she doesn't care beyond the people that she does care about, it's like whatever.
Okay, for example, in the case of you and your ex, we were like literally in the same group. I would have more hesitancies about, not because of what people think, just because we are really connected in that circle. But if just someone in the general org, I don't think I would give a shit.
Hmm,
Do you care?
I do care.
I know you don't give a fuck about a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
But then in your current situation, like it still affects you. Why?
So my
Wait, question. Oh, this is my hypothesis. I don't see. Is it because this person has other ties to other people in the org?
I think you care about that too.
Ooh,
Or is it
ooh.
purely because he has ties to the org? Because I feel like if he has other ties to other people in the org, I would think a little bit more. But if it's just purely because he's in the org, I wouldn't care. So I'm just like, where are you coming
I
from?
completely forgot about that, but yeah, that matters. With my first ex, that was extreme because of what Jam said. It was like we were really interconnected for whatever reasons. When that relationship didn't work out, a good chunk of my third year was garbage because of our breakup, because it affected a lot of my other friendships, which I completely hated, which was my biggest concern going into that relationship. So when a similar situation presented itself, again, I was like, wow, I didn't think I had trauma from my first relationship, but I definitely do, because the thought of going through that again and potentially losing friendships and losing our relationship that we already have as friends, is it really worth it to me? And my answer was no. Like straight up, I was just like, nah, it's not worth it. And then I like really thought about it. One, now we're a lot less intertwined. So I think that like eases my conscience a little bit. But the other factors of like why I care is because I have no privacy. I hate that so much. I don't know why.
No, I get that.
It's
yeah.
not about, oh my god, people are going to be talking about me, or like, oh my god, she's dating him. I don't think it's that. It's just like because they know me as a friend, they know him as a friend, it's very easy to make, I don't know, maybe assumptions, judgments, or like just speak, and then everyone knows exactly who they're talking about because they know both of us. I don't know. Is that maybe a
That
part
makes
of me
sense.
caring about what people think? It's just like getting no privacy. Like my brother knows him. Do you guys have like a couple that you can think of who are really good together and they started as strangers then started dating, and both they started as friends and are continuing to date?
I know both, but then I don't know if I like idealized their relationship.
Yeah, there's not a relationship where I idolize it.
I had one and they didn't work out.
There's someone I know that they were really, really good friends for the longest time, and I truly believe that they were both like friends, like nothing platonic, very platonic. And then like slowly as they really like had solo time, realized feelings developed, and they were so blind. It's like your Wattpad story, typical. Like they were so blinded by their friendship that they didn't realize they liked each other, and now that they're together, they're like, why didn't we do this? You know, it just makes sense that we were so well versed
Meant
in
for each
yeah,
other?
so
Uh-huh.
meant for each other that it should have started earlier, type of thing. I feel like that's one example.
I really don't have any relationships that I've ever idolized.
I was trying to see like if you guys think that one way works better than the other, but no, I think both clauses work out. It's
It's how you let it pan.
Yeah. I think it's also which one you prefer because, for someone like Vicky, you would prefer it to be like friend first because you
Yeah.
want that comfortness, you want that safety versus maybe like me, I want that thrill or I want that feeling of getting to know someone new.
Would it be possible to feel thrill the way strangers to dating feel and friends to dating? Is that possible?
I would say yes if you guys start off as friends, but there was always some like tension or
But
feelings
wouldn't it be
there.
better if you never thought that and then suddenly like you make that realization? I never felt that thrill with my ex and we were friends for so long. He saw me as always the same person and I hated that. And we talk about this a lot post breaking up is like I hated that he saw me as the same little girl that he liked, not in a weird way, but he just like he liked me for so long and he had an image of me in his head. I hated that he saw me as the same person, because I feel very, very different from when we were like good friends and like really close friends or whatever. And then after that like year and a half of never talking, I feel like I really flipped 360 and became a totally different person in the best way possible. And the fact that he associated me with the old person that I never liked, I hated it. And he didn't understand that. That's when I was like, oh, this is weird for like old long-term friends to come back and date because then does it ever shift?
Why do I feel like I'm always learning something new about you when you're
Dude,
and
I
more
feel
reasons
like,
to hate him.
I feel like I learn something new every day about our relationship too. Fuck.
I think it's just a different kind of thrill. Because you really can't compare the thrill of getting to know someone completely new versus you already knowing something about them and then developing those feelings. It's different.
It is.
So different.
It's like getting caught off guard in the best way.
Yeah.
Damn, that's hard. I really
Because
like
the-
safety though.
Yeah, because the thrill of getting to know somebody and then being disappointed in like their reality of them is also just as like not worth. It's so ugly.
Dude, I
I don't
think
know what I want now.
I don't know if it's a bad trait, but I think if I put you on a pedestal or I feel certain way about you, you could do bad things or objectively people like how you guys tell
I
me
can so see that.
And you could look past it.
I could look past it until I really see it happen to me.
No matter how we explain it, you'll
Like,
never see
What is
around
it, like
it.
blindsided?
Yeah. Dude, that's scary to think about now, knowing that you are the way you are.
Mhm.
Because shit, if you ever get in a situation where it's like bad, ooh, I don't know what I would do, bro. Slap you?
Well, I mean, it's good that we have this podcast because we've
But
established that based on.
Do you think you'd listen now that you know that about
I
yourself?
think I would listen a lot more.
Mm.
Pre-podcast, I'll be like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
But it's the similar thing of like Jam having told you her concerns about and you still
But
dated
it
him.
did raise a red flag.
Right, it did. But it would also raise the same flags to Jamila, but she wouldn't like
Let it go.
yeah, but neither did you. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but we weren't that close back then. I feel like now, if I heard anything what you guys
Yeah.
said, it would weigh a lot more
Oh.
than
Me too, me
back
too.
then. Because that was when we were just starting to get to
True,
this
true.
level.
It's just like
of,
you guys
like-
telling me something versus like someone that's not you guys telling me
Yeah.
these things.
that's true.
Yeah, we were definitely not at this level back then.
Yeah.
Wait, so Jam, you know how you always thought like strangers to relationship was like your ideal and then you kind of like met and then that kind of changed things for you. But also you're not in a great place to be dating right now. So the idea of completely being vulnerable to a stranger is unappealing than it is to like someone you already know. Is that only because you're in that position?
I feel like other than you guys or like my closer girlfriends or closer friends, like no one really knows what has
Mm.
happened. And I really don't think I would be comfortable with even opening that up until like a little bit into how
Oh.
we're talking. Like,
So either way, it'd be having to be vulnerable to both a stranger and
yeah. What do we even talk about?
No idea. This went wild.
I think this could be our ending question. I think which one do you prefer? Which one do you want right now? I want the friend thing because one, I haven't tried it, but two, just thinking about maybe like possible friends I could date, but there's already that established like comfort or like we've joked with each other or we have mutual friends, and the way I present myself right now more or less is how I am. So if that's what we're like you're willing to date, or that's what I'm like willing to date, then that's how it is. So where am I going with that? Yeah, I'd be more
Friends.
yeah, and less mental capacity on my side.
I can see that.
I think it's the sensing in me. I think friend to relationship is more likely to work out, but if it doesn't, there's higher consequences.
All right, everybody, that's our episode.
Yeah, can you wrap it? I started it.
Oh, well, this is our episode on comparing from friends to relationship versus strangers to relationship or strangers to dating.
Don't be afraid of either.
Don't be afraid of either. I think everyone has a different preference of what works better for them. I also think that this conversation went 10 different directions because we're all kind of drunk. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you think or what your experiences are. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.